everybody, it's Michael Buckley from the What the Buck Show, and welcome to the 44th episode of Dear Buck, where I take your comment questions and give you advice as best as I can. As always, disclaimer, I'm not an expert, I am just doing my best, and I'm sending cyber hugs. Look at how veiny I am. Sending you veiny hugs. And I'm taking the questions from episode number 43. If you would like me to answer your question in the upcoming episode, leave a comment below. And as always, please reply to each other, help each other out. I see there's a lot of people here on this episode helping each other, replying to each other, which is great. And so thank you. And okay. I'm always bad at intros and outros. Like, once I get going, I'm fine, but saying hello and saying goodbye, I struggle. This is from Samantha Z, username, it's not me, it's Sammy Z. I like your username. Dear Buck or anyone, please help. I recently dropped out of my high school, because there was a boy in my choir class who kept texting me for sexy photos, and word got around that he sent them to me, and my principal got involved, and he was arrested for sexual assault. I really want to go back, but choir is really awkward. I didn't send any photos, but there's a rumor I did. There's also a rumor that I left school because I was having a baby, because that's not true. Help. Sincerely, Samantha Z. So you've dropped out of high school because there was a boy who was sending you... well, you've done nothing wrong here, so you just need to go back and know you did nothing wrong, but you cannot let some sort of scandal like this that really didn't even happen, some sort of rumor... disrupt the rest of your life. You need to go back to school. You need to go back to choir, and you need to stand there and sing your heart out, and you need to, go ahead and be clear, maybe write a blog post or something. Don't do that. Don't put it in writing. But I mean, you need to just, and let your choir, but you need to be clear that this did not happen. And the fact that you've dropped out makes it look like, oh, maybe something happened. So you need to get on with your life, move forward, proud and strong. And I mean, anybody who is, if somebody is texting you or doing something like that, you need to block them immediately so you're not tempted or you're not in the position where they can send you something inappropriate. Like, he kept texting you, asking you for sexy photos. The first text, you should have been blocked, delete, nothing to do with this person, because it just obviously has led to trouble. That's just a lesson for everybody. But I'm telling you, Samantha, you put on your strong face and you go in there with a smile and you get on with your life, and you do not let this become part of your history, because this will just spiral for you. Stop it now. Go to class, go to choir, chin up, you did nothing wrong. Okay, good. This is from Call Me Smash. Hi, Call Me Smash. Dear Buck or someone. See, good, reaching out. I have a friend who has a guy friend that claims that they're best friends. They hug literally every time they see each other, and every time they leave, gag. They say, I love you to each other all the time. Again, gag. He calls her a whore and a C-U-N-T whenever... I love how What the Buck can say that word, no problem, but Michael Buckley's like, I want to spell it, C-U-N-T. Whenever she talks to the guy that he doesn't like. So I tell her that their friendship is unhealthy, but she does nothing. I don't know what to do. Help, please. So you have a friend who has a guy friend, and they act very chummy, and they hug, and they say, I love you, but he also calls her bad words when she talks to another guy. So this is just your girlfriend is making a bad choice in a friend, and the thing is, you say, I tell her that this friendship is unhealthy, but she does nothing. So, as I always say when I'm giving advice to friends who are asking for advice about how to deal with friends like this, she's gotta, come to her own senses. It's very difficult when someone is caught up in a bad friendship or a bad relationship to shake them and say, you're in a bad friendship, you're in a bad relationship. So, I mean, you basically just need to check out of the friendship a little bit, which I know can be hard, but you've got to let her be right now and let her, and she'll come to you in like a month or two, or, maybe never, and say you were right, but... And, just worry about being a friend to her as best you can. If you see this, and, you can, in that moment, if he calls her a bad name, you can look at her and say, why are you putting up with this? And you can let her know, I don't want to be around this, if you don't want to be around this. But in terms of getting her to see that this friendship is unhealthy, that necessarily shouldn't be your priority right now. Just kind of, focus on yourself, protect yourself, and, focus on the friendships that are nurturing and going well for you. Right now, this friendship isn't going that well, because, let her be friends with him, and you be friends with people where the friendship is mutual and nurturing. This is from Crazy4Daisy01. Dear Buck or anyone, I have a friend who is dating a boy that's 4 years older than her. They are very physically involved. BJ, Hand J. I love that I can't even say it. Hand job. I don't know why I'm being so prudish. Hand job. Basically everything except sex. I've never seen her happier, though, when she's with this guy. She's 13 and doing all this physical stuff. She says she's in love with this guy. I'm worried that they'll go too far. How can I express my concern without it sounding like I'm blaming her? She gets mad at me whenever I bring it up. Cyber hugs. Again, this is a tough one because you're asking for advice on how to deal with a friend who is doing something that you don't want her to be doing. You've already kind of answered your own question. She's probably already gone too far for your liking and for, common sense liking. So the thing is, you've expressed your concern and she gets mad at you. So, I mean, there's a way to say it, I guess, without sounding like you're being like a nag, and just without saying like you're doing something wrong. That's the thing, when you bring up something with a friend, you have to just, make it seem like, do you want to talk about it? Just ask her if she wants to talk about it. Say, do you want to talk about your relationship? And, just be a good listener, because if you try and bring something up like this, you're going to sound accusatory, and you're going to sound like you're wanting something, or you're being motherly towards her. And so, I appreciate, but the thing is, she's already had a lot of sexual activity. This is a tough one. I don't know what to say. Does anybody have advice for Cyber Crazy 4 Daisy 01? I just think in terms of your question is, how do I express my concern without sounding like I'm blaming her? You just need to say that to her. Just say, I love you so much. I just want to make sure you're comfortable with this relationship. That's all I want to know. Like, I'm happy for you being in love. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I just want to make sure you're going at you're going at a pace that you're comfortable with. And I'm only saying that to you because we're the same age, and I know that I might not be comfortable at that pace. So so I'm just say it like that. So just say I'm just curious about myself and what's appropriate for me, and I just wanted to see what you thought about that, and I don't know, maybe talk about it like that, just to make it seem like it's more like a question about you. Being concerned about your own sexual behavior at that age. It's hard to talk about these things because you're also young, and I just want to, hug you. Dear Buck, my name is Jillian. I'm 14 years old. This is Scene XXX Punk. My name is Jillian with a J. I'm 14 years old. My stepdad just died of cancer a couple weeks ago. I'm so sorry. From cancer a couple weeks ago, and my family's been really upset. I have an 11-year-old sister and a 7-year-old brother, so you're the older sister. My sister was in the room when he died and watched it happen. She's been really depressed and not acting herself lately. I don't know how to help her feel better. Our real dad lives across the country, and now she's lost her father figure. What can I do to help her? Please help. This is a great question, and you're so sweet. And she's addressing this to anybody who can relate. So if anybody has advice for Jillian, as I always say with death, you can never tell someone how to react. It's kind of like people have, certain reactions. Some people deal with death better than others. An 11-year-old dealing with death, it being in the room and seeing it happen is certainly a very traumatic thing. I think maybe you should talk to your mom and see if maybe, you can go to counseling as a family, say, and again, make it seem like it's for you, not just for your sister. Say, I think it'd be great if we could all talk to someone about this. Because, dealing with death, a lot of times it does help to talk about it. And and it's hard as a 14-year-old to come up with a constructive way to speak to an 11-year-old. So, if you can get in counseling as a family, that would be great. Again, make it your idea, make it more for you, and then just bring them along as well as support for you, and hopefully it will help them. But in terms of what you could say to her, you can just, be there in the room with her, give her big hugs, make that, let her know you're there to talk to her without saying, I'm here to talk to you. Just kind of, maybe, like I said, start the conversation about your own feelings and see kind of if she wants to, talk about it and get some stuff. But it's so recent. It's died a couple weeks ago. This whole first year is going to be a series of emotions of, reacting to, first Christmas, first Thanksgiving, first birthday, and the father's not there. So just be patient with your sister and be patient with your own reactions. And in terms of your sister being depressed and not herself lately, be patient with that. Try and get her out of the house. Say, hey, you want to go see a movie? Hey, let's go. Try and keep her active and keep her mind on, it's okay to laugh and have good times. I know sometimes when when you're young and people die, you think I need to be really depressed and sad, and you don't let yourself get on with life. And I swear it's okay to get on with your life. That's what your father would want. He would want you to be happy and keep his memory close. But you're so young, so you need to not let this event impact the rest of your life negatively. You need to pick yourself up and have your friends, go to movies, do your schoolwork, and not let this, overtake the rest of your life as it easily could. But allow yourself to mourn and grieve, but then also allow yourself to move on and be happy. That's my general advice for death. Topher Talk time. Hey guys, I'm new to YouTube. I'm trying to start an advice column. Oh, shoot, they're trying to pimp off my people to... Okay, no. Okay, this is A888 Kimmy. There's 4 8s and then Kimmy and then 4 more 8s. Cool username. Dear, this is oh no, this is good. This is you're giving advice to some. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh, I just lost your question. Oh, I'm sorry. It was about kissing. This is from Neon Green I'm sorry to that, Kimmy. I owe you. Dear Buck or anyone, this is from Neon Green Maracas. Dear Buck or anyone, I'm an ugly 15-year-old girl. I hate your question. Don't ever say that about yourself. Don't start your question like that. This may seem trashy, but I like 3 guys. Why did you say you're ugly? One is sweet and quiet, but he doesn't live in my town. The second one is nice and flirty, but told me he doesn't like me. Well, he's done. The third guy is a year older than me. They are all way out of my league because I am so ugly. Please help. We need to have a self-esteem lesson. This is not about... This is a terrible question, and if you present yourself to me and to the world as ugly, that's what you're giving off to the world. You need to write, I am a pretty 15-year-old girl, and any one of these 3 boys would be awesome, would be so lucky to have such an awesome girl like me. You need to start talking yourself up immediately, because I will not put up with this I'm a 15-year-old ugly girl crap. Don't do this. What your question is, none of these people are out of your league. When you were 15, it is good to like different types of people. So this is great. There's nothing wrong with that. My advice to you is just the second one is nice and flirty, but told me he doesn't like me. Well, he's done. Don't be thinking about him anymore. The third guy is a year older than me. The first guy is sweet and quiet. Be friends with them. And if it seems like more, go for more. But you need to... Tomorrow morning when you wake up, you need to take a shower, and you need to make your hair cute and put a little eye makeup on and put on your cutest outfit and be like, I'm going to face the day with great confidence and not regard myself as an ugly 15-year-old girl. That's all I'm going to say to you, because that's more important than worrying about these 3 boys. Okay, let me do one more. Dear Buck, this is from Georgiana 94. I'm 16, I live in the UK. For as long as I can remember, I've wanted to live in the USA. I know it's really difficult for someone of completely English origin to move to the USA. Well, we speak English, so it's not as difficult if you were something else. But it's difficult to move to the US, but it's starting to get me down. My parents don't get it, and whenever I've talked to them about it, they just dismiss me. I don't know what to do. From Georgie. P.S. Love the show. Hi, Georgie. This is a great question. So, you want to live in the USA someday. I mean, maybe you can ask your parents, just finish your education. You're not going to live in the USA right now. You're 16 and you're going to school. You're going to finish school. And then when you get to college, or uni, as you call it, I think you can just maybe do an exchange program where you go to the USA for like a half a year or for a year, and then you can have the real conversation with your parents like, oh, I was there for a year, I loved it, I want to live there. But to be 16 and living in another country and say, I want to go live in the USA, at this point, you need to be focused on your school anyway, so it's not like as a 16-year-old you can be like, I'm going to go live in another country, goodbye family, goodbye home nation. So, I would just worry about your school and just keep planning and know that, when you're in college and even after, you can make whatever decision you want to move to the USA, to work in the USA, to make that work. But right now, you are 16, so your focus needs to be on school and doing really well in school. So someday you will have the choice to go get a great job in America somewhere else, So, that's the kind of you need to have, it'd be like I'm 16 and I want to get married. Oh, I know, they do on TV. But you have to set goals for this year, and that's not a goal for this year. That's a long-term goal. So keep your eye on it, but kind of put it on the back burner and don't be depressed about it. Just know someday I'm going to go to America and have a great life for myself. But also you don't know you would like it here. You might like it better in the UK because you haven't been here. So it's easy when you're young to get fixated on ideas like, I would like to do this, and then you go there and you're like, I guess I don't want to be there. but I'm rambling. I didn't mean to dismiss you like your parents. I'm just saying, put it as a long-term goal. All right, let me do one more. I love doing advice, so I can't stop. This is from Never Shout Liar. That's a great username, Never Shout Liar. Dear Buck or anyone else, I've known this guy for over 2 years. We've been best friends since. We met and he told me he's in love with me. So I've known for about a year, but I have a boyfriend and I'm not sure if I really like him or I like my friend I've known for 2 years. I don't want to break up with my boyfriend just to find out I don't really like him and then regret it. Any advice? Sincerely, Taylor. Well, this is a great position to be in. So you've got a boy who says he's in love with you, and you have a boyfriend who you're afraid to break up with. The thing is, that's not a way to live life. It's not a way. I know you don't want to be single, but I mean, if you love your boyfriend, I think you should probably stay with him. But it seems like you have feelings towards your best friend and you're wanting to explore them. And the thing about the thing is, you've known this friend for 2 years and you're saying, I want to have my cake and eat it too. I want to keep dating my boyfriend, but I want to explore the possibility of this friendship. So I mean, I think you can be honest with the boy, the friend. He's saying he really, I don't know. I think it's kind of like you're asking, can I do both? And it depends on the maturity level and the level of relationship you have with your boyfriend. I think you need to be honest with your boyfriend maybe and say, maybe we should see other people. I mean, that seems like the mature thing to do, and but then he'll meet another girl and then you'll be mad because I told you to do that. So I don't know. So I mean, maybe say to the friend, the friend of 2 years, so what's going on with us? You say you love me. Do you want something to happen? Because I have a boyfriend, so I just kind of want to know what page you're on, and see kind of what he says. So I mean, I would probably address it with the other boy, the friend who you're so close with, and just say, what's going on? Is there something that you're wishing from me, that you want a relationship? Because I'm in a relationship, so what do we do about that? And just kind of, I think it'd be better to have the conversation with your friend, because your boyfriend's not going to react well to this. Your boyfriend's going to be like, what are you doing? I love you. So I would talk to your close best friend and kind of see where you're at. But it doesn't sound like you're that into your boyfriend, to be honest. If you're asking about this other boy, I don't know. But that's my brief impression based on this question, Taylor. So good luck, Taylor. Keep us posted. Never Shout Liar. What would you guys do with this one? Okay, I'm gonna go. Have a great day and catch up. New What the Buck show went up, and if you haven't seen last Dear Buck, there's a playlist below so you can catch up on all those. And a lot of times there's questions you might have or advice, and someone else will ask them, so you'll be like, oh, that's pretty good advice. I think I might have been a little off today. Hopefully, let me know how I did. I think some was good, some was not good. I'm that 15-year-old girl. You're beautiful. I know when you feel ugly and someone tells you you're beautiful, you're like, that's bullshit. You make yourself beautiful tomorrow. You put on your best face, put on your best attitude. There's nothing more attractive than a confident, great attitude. And I know that sounds like bullshit, but it's true. Helps to be cute, but it helps times 100 to be your best self, your best looking, most confident, put it out there self. Okay, bye.